What's up, guys?
And we're live, baby. Our first ever live stream. Technically, this isn't a live stream, but we are filming this live. We're going to upload it sometime this week. It's our first ever market update live. What's up?
Yeah, we wanted to do a new format for you guys, so thought we'd have a little bit more dialogue, a little talk, and also go back and forth, get both of our views on certain numbers, because sometimes, we don't agree on everything. So, Sam, this is going to be an all Williamson County market update. So we've been doing Franklin updates, Spring Hill updates, as you've seen on the channel. But this one's just going to be Williamson County as a whole, really just to kind of figure out the format of everything. But let's just kick this thing off. Sam, do you want to jump into some notable news?
Let's do some news. So we're going to do some news. It's probably going to be mainly focused on Davidson County news. A lot of commercial stuff going on. Let's talk about a couple things here. I was telling Brandon, I was like, I'm going to switch gems here. So California-based Iconics Fitness is to open up a new location in Nashville Yards. So Nashville Yards is this brand new entertainment district, basically in the heart of downtown Nashville. And this is going to be a 40,000 square foot location. I know we have a lot of clients that relocate from California. Maybe you're familiar with the Iconics Fitness brand. If you are, well, they are bringing it downtown. So I think that's something really cool to look out for. There's a lot of stuff happening downtown, right, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. Just when I move out, I just moved back from downtown Nashville. I'm living in Franklin now, so I'm more of a suburbs guy. But yeah, it seems like as soon as I move out, it gets even better and better.
You just got approved for the new Titan Stadium, so a $2 billion stadium going there. They're also going to do like an entertainment district around there. I mean, the entire east side of the Cumberland Rivers is developing. You have the new Titan Stadium. You have Riverfront. Oracle's building a $2 billion facility out there, campus. They just actually, I don't know if it's on this site, but they just proposed, maybe we'll throw up a little graphic of a new pedestrian bridge that's going to connect east to downtown Nashville. So that's really cool. Just a lot of stuff that's going on. And I like to just kind of touch on some of the news so you can be up to date on some of the new developments and commercial and residential stuff that's happening in Nashville. Let us know in the comments what you think about this little segment. Also, I wanted to show you this news because I thought this was pretty fascinating. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. But I think Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are about to fight. I think it's actually going to happen. So if you don't know the news, obviously Elon Musk bought Twitter. Facebook has always been innovative. They're coming up with a new platform that's going to compete with Twitter called Threads. And this conversation got started on Twitter. And Elon Musk responded with, I'm up for a cage match. Obviously, he was talking about battling between Threads and Twitter. But Zuckerberg took it different and said, send me the location. And so, now they're going back and forth. I think the last thing Elon was like, hey, we can do it in Vegas in the Pentagon. So that's going to be a pretty epic fight. Probably one of the most watched fights ever, right?
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. I think they got other things they need to be doing. They're pretty busy.
We know Elon is pretty crazy guy, so he'll probably...
Yeah, but Zuckerberg would probably... I think Zuckerberg would win.
Zuck, he's been training, but he's also 5'8",
And Elon's a big dude.
Elon's a big dude. He's like 240, 6'2".
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty interesting. But anyway, let's talk about some market update, Williamson County.
There's not just cool developments happening in the city core in downtown Nashville. A couple of months ago, I actually talked about the In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burgers, that's a pretty cool development that's coming in. That's going to be their new headquarters east of the Mississippi. First ever location east of the Mississippi, and that's going to be right here in Franklin, inside Berry Farms. We actually have Berry Farms video. It's kind of like a master plan community. Lots of residential units, more commercial space. It's one of 3 phases have been built out, but there's 2 other massive phases that are going to be next level as well, continue to build that out. So Berry Farms is definitely exciting. But let's just jump right on into market stats, kind of see what's going on here. So this is Williamson County, and let me minimize this here. Now I'm looking at the monthly data, so I always want to point that out, just so you know, because if I change this to rolling 12 months, the data looks a little bit different. But I like to look at all the data points at each month. Now, it's helpful to look at it this way, but it's also, you don't want to say, oh, we just dropped from 835,000 in January to 794,000, it's crashing, because when you roll it out to about 6 months or 3 months, it starts to become pretty smooth. So just take it with a grain of salt, like I always say. But right here, it looks like in May, we just closed out of May. Right now it's June 22nd. We're recording this. $854,000 is the median sales price inside of all of Williamson County. Now, if you don't know about Williamson County, which I'm sure you already do, especially if you're watching this video, we always talk about Williamson County. There's so many factors. It's just south of downtown Nashville. There's so many factors of why people are moving to Williamson County. It's because all of the developments, like Sam talked about, all the businesses moving here, people relocating here, and they want to be in a suburb, not living downtown like the bachelor life like Sam, but they're actually, wanting to raise a family out here in the suburbs, have a little yard space, and there's so many amenities like cool springs. Public schools are great in Williamson County, so there's so many pluses to Williamson County. That's why median sales price of all the homes inside of Williamson County, $854,000.
So a question we always get, what's the market like? Are the prices dropping? What are we seeing, Brandon?
We are seeing, and you can kind of see this on the screen, this is March 2022, so a little bit over a year ago, and really we've just been, balancing out, and that's why we like to say it. We like to say that, it's kind of balancing out. We had a huge spike in 2021, obviously, middle of 2020 into 2022, then rates kind of came into the picture. It wasn't a heyday anymore, and now it's just been kind of balancing out. People are getting used to the rate environment, but comparing to other markets, a lot of other markets look a little bit different than this. Going back to why people are moving here to Williamson County, job growth, business growth, they're still here and still continuing even in this rate environment, and that's why the demand is still there. And talking about supply, we've got a shortage there, so it's just balancing out. We're not really seeing a market crash like people are expecting or wanting to see, essentially, in other markets across the country.
Yeah, so I think that's a good segue into the next question, like what's the inventory like? What are we looking like for new listings, homes for sale? Obviously, we're focusing on a single family, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is all single family in Williamson County, and this is quite a large range. There's some massive homes, smaller homes, townhomes. This is everything in Williamson County. But if you look at the inventory right now, May 2023, 1443 is total homes for sale. Now, going back, this is a 5-year chart. We saw, at any given time, about 2,000 homes for sale, all the way up to 2,700 homes for sale. This is probably the time when it felt like more of a, normal market. And if we go, and I can give you another chart here that shows you this, month supply. So this is 3.9 month supply. This is when it was like a normal market, 6 month supply around this time. And what I mean by that is when it's less than 6 months supply, it's a seller's market technically. And when it's larger than 6 months supply, it's a buyer's market. So right at 6 months is a normal market. And that's where this is the amount of homes needed in 2020, 2019 for a normal market is at least 2,000 homes for sale, 2,700 homes for sale. And we're still only at 1443. We were climbing up and going into the spring market, summer market. Our inventory is still in a shortage.
And I actually saw a stat the other day where 90% of people that currently own homes have a rate less than 6%. So,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to imagine. I've got a 3% rate that I've locked in, and yes, my home's gone up in value over the last couple of years. But what am I going to do? Okay, yes, I can sell out and go buy another home with my appreciation and equity, but now I'm going to get a fresh new rate, and that fresh new rate is more than double. It's around 6%, give or take. That changes your payment up a ton. So that's why a lot of people are holding steady.
So our next question, is it a good time to buy right now? Is it a good investment in Williamson County?
Well, I could just say yes or I could say no, but that wouldn't do it justice. It all depends on your situation. Everyone's situation is different. Everyone's time horizon is different. Some people are moving to the area and they have 3-year-olds and a 5-year-old kid, and they want to send them to a school district, be there until they're 18. So they've got 15-year plus time horizon. If that's the case and you want to be in Williamson County, yes, now is a great time to buy. You got 15 years of time horizon working in your favor. Now, if you're looking for a quick flip or something, you got to get a little bit more into the nitty gritty, really sort through a few homes, figure out what's the best investment. And I mean, the good thing is we get to work with a lot of different clients that have a lot of different scenarios, and so their situations are different. But what I say, Sam, I can't even answer that question on here. Really just call us, reach out to us at our information below, and we'd be happy to just discuss your situation and point you on the right path forward. So I do want to point out one other thing that I always like to look at is pending sales. And what we're seeing is we're still seeing my last market update in Williamson County. I was talking about Franklin, or I was talking about Spring Hill. But we were seeing a spike in pending sales, and this is always the leading indicator before you start to see what's actually happening in the market. Because pending sales, they go under contract before they're closed, and then you've got closed sales here. We're still seeing a strong spike in pending sales, and so I think the market, yes, it still is on fire. I mean, we're seeing, Sam, what are you seeing like in the market in terms of, boots on the ground, submitting offers, with a few of the clients that we're currently working with right now?
I mean, it's still competitive. I mean, right? Like, we have people, obviously most of our clients they want to be in Williamson County. I mean, we try to get in and, get offers accepted, but I mean, guys, not a lot of inventory, still competitive, especially in certain neighborhoods, certain new developments. So you just got to be prepared when you come here, have your financing in order, know exactly what you want. Still competitive out there, but we try to work our tails off to get the deal done for you guys. And it all really just comes down to relationships and really, really having someone that, knows the builders, the agent that's on the other side, and just fighting for the deal. You got to be able to fight out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, like you said, Sam, I mean, your best advantage is if you can find a deal off market. If you can bid on a home without having to compete with everybody else, you're going to be better off. And that's what we try to do. Now, different price points, it matters. If you're wanting to be in Williamson County, for example, and your budget is only max up to $500,000, you're going to have a tough time. You got to get ready to lose out on a few deals before you can get into the home. So don't
or be really aggressive. If your budget's $550,000, then maybe we need to start at $400,000.
Yep.
And then be as aggressive as possible. So
yeah, because I mean, homes at that entry price range inside of Williamson County with all the benefits of the schools, amenities, those homes go quick. Opening weekend if they're priced right, and that's just a word of advice if you're in that range. Now, that's similar kind of at that $1 million range as well that we're seeing, just because Williamson County new construction, you're really looking at that entry point of new construction. 4-bath, 3,500, 3,000 square foot homes. You're looking at at least the 900s, maybe high 8s, right at the entry level. So it's the same scenario in that price range. So Sam, let's talk. Let me make sure I want to hit on just a few more things. Just because days on market we're seeing, I mean, we're not seeing any slowing up. We're still seeing, homes, they're starting to go quicker. I feel like the pricing is kind of balanced out. There was a few agents trying to get lucky. I almost feel like, they were pricing before the rates changed. They were pricing, 6 months earlier rather than what was currently happening in the market. I think that's what we saw here. People were freaking out, trying to get prices, homes sold before the rates changed to 5%, 6%, all the way up to 7%. But now I feel like everyone's kind of understanding that we're sitting at these rates, and we're probably going to be sitting here for a little bit of time now. So I think everyone's starting to settle in back down to 8 days on the market, which is pretty crazy. It jumped very quickly.
Yeah, can you make that 5 year? Can you change that to 1 year? I'm just kind of curious to see here. So when was that? Back in January. So yeah, that's kind of when we're seeing a lot of price drops, right? I think people were trying to figure out, agents and trying to get sellers to really understand, hey, we're in a different time. We need to get things moving, and it was just a lot of like experimental, trying to figure out like how to really price it. But I mean, pricing hasn't really changed that much.
And this is right in January, right? So days on market were a ton. Price drops started to happen. 96% of the original list price is what they were closing for. Now we're starting to see closer to this 98.6. Pricing is starting to come back into.
Yeah, because you had things coming on the market later, that Q4, that were technically overpriced by a couple thousand, it depends on the price range. But I think over the Q1 of 2023, that kind of got figured out. So
yeah, exactly. And now, I mean, 99.7, 99.4%, 100%. percentage of list prices, the homes that are closing right now. So if it's priced right, it's going to go on open weekend. The demand is still there. And we're shooting this in June 2022.
All right, cool. So that was pretty cool little format right there.
Yeah, so that was the first ever Williamson County market update. Some news, some financials, some numbers. Like I said, we were looking at everything on a monthly chart. If you're looking at any other market updates, whether it's different websites, different videos, all the numbers may seem a little bit different, and that's just because it's data. You can manipulate the data in a bunch of different time frames, et cetera, et cetera. So take this with a grain of salt. It should guide you a little bit, but like I said, if you have, you're trying to make a decision and whether now is a good time to invest or buy your home, just reach out to us. We'd be happy to discuss your specific situation. You can actually book a call with us. It's just a one-on-one Zoom call with us, and we'll figure everything out with you.
Kind of like this right here. Cool little format.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hear it out. Hear exactly what you're looking for, and then we can just kind of point you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave us in the comments what you guys thought about this format. If you want to see more of these live stream styles, this is our first test run, so we're gonna just upload this to YouTube. But the next one, you probably can jump on here live if you guys like the format. If not, we'll
probably test it out without going live for like 3 or 4 times, and then leave in the comments what's a good time for you guys, so we can kind of get an understanding for the live stream. And any questions you have, throw them in there. I think they'll be able to throw questions live too, right?
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Awesome. Well, all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Brandon Johns with the Coleman Johns Group.
I'm Sam, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Next one.